people who became millionaires with crypto. Can you envision what return you'd have seen if you had contributed hugely when it was a fair beginning? Well, let's get to the video to know the Bitcoin tycoons who created the reality for the visionary speculators. Beginning with Eddie Zillen. The case of Eddie Zillen is quite simple. On asking, his guardians gave him $5,000 to begin speculation finance. They anticipated him to begin dallying in stocks, but instead, he thought of investing in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Eddie spared up another $7,000 from summers spent working at a tennis club and other occupations, including that to his speculation finance add up to $12,000 in principal. Anybody who has been taking note of the growth of cryptocurrencies knows where this is going. Eddie's $12,000 speculation is presently worth well over $500,000, a return surpassing 4,100% in a couple of years. His parents are incredibly proud of him and couldn't imagine something like this would happen. They could not speculate this step would be so unique. His father, Gary Zillen, informed the world that he does not know if his son is a wonder, but he is close. Such words can only come from a proud father. Eddie, presently 18, is a simple, tall school senior in Orange, Ohio, close to Cleveland. He trusts to think about dentistry next year at Case Western Reserve College. But if that doesn't work out, he has another plan ready for himself. Since the fairly propelled company gives instructional exercises and experiences on cryptocurrencies, he plans to work more on it and achieve more success. His father, Gary, is highly optimistic about the fact that his son would be a multimillionaire by the time he reaches his age. His father is 46 years old. After a shocking surge in esteem in the final year, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are abruptly the most smoking venture since the dot-com bubble. The cost of Bitcoin, the foremost well-known cryptocurrency, has taken off by more than 700% in 2017. The demand for Ethereum is also increasing and reached a whopping 3,900%, and early buyers are abruptly observing the zeros increase on their accounts. Numerous crypto financial specialists are hesitant to talk about their possessions since alt currencies are still related to unlawful movement. They tend to appeal to non-traditionalists within the put, but we found a few willing to tell us their encounters. Unfortunately, too many bounties of depreciators who demand cryptocurrencies are Ponzi plans or more regrettable. However, controllers might present legitimacy on cryptocurrencies by permitting broader ventures, such as exchange-traded funds, to track their esteem. Now we have Barry Silbert. Barry Silbert is a profoundly compelling financial specialist and pioneer within the field of cryptocurrency. With a foundation in funds and a productive career as a venture investor in New York, Silbert was not anxious about taking profound probabilities when it came to Bitcoin. In 2013, he began a Bitcoin venture finance and seeded $2 million using Second Market, a venture innovation firm he established and sold to NASDAQ. Even though he was skeptical of Bitcoin, few at the time saw it as a great thought. But his vigorous wander paid off. As a significant early financial specialist, he was able to shape the modern crypto field single-handedly. As of now, he is the CEO and originator of the Digital Currency Group, DCG. The company's mission is to quicken the improvement of the worldwide monetary framework, and it fulfills this mission by building and supporting Bitcoin and blockchain companies. In January 2016, Digital Currency Group, DCG, obtained CoinDesk, a driving source of Bitcoin news, which runs the yearly Bitcoin Industry Conference. The company has contributed to more than 100 companies that Bitcoin inspired. It provides opportunities to all the companies in the world that have an intention to contribute in the field of Bitcoin, landing Barry Silbert the lucky epithet, the ruler of crypto. Silbert's company also possesses Genesis, an investment organization centered on computerized monetary standards, and Grayscale, a company centered on computerized money contributing. Silbert also founded the Bitcoin Investment Trust, an exchange-traded fund that checks the price of Bitcoin and informs the world about it. Next comes Blithe Masters. Blithe Masters is a previous managing executive at JPMorgan Chase & Co. Right now, she is an industry accomplice or rationale accomplices. The company builds encryption-based handling instruments, that make strides in the effectiveness, security, compliance, and settlement speed of securities exchanging, particularly Bitcoin. In May of 2018, Digital Asset Holdings entered into what shows a profitable organization with Google Cloud, bringing her company's tools to engineers, so they will not have to code them from scratch. Digital Asset Holdings looks to apply blockchain innovation to the commonplace exercises of Wall Street. The company has raised over $150 million in subsidizing interests. Its client is JP Morgan Chase, which has tried its blockchain innovation as a conceivable way to settle exchanges more rapidly. Numerous individuals think experts gave Bitcoin a part of authenticity with computerized resource possessions, considering her past, famous notoriety on Wall Street. She rose to managing chief of JP Morgan Chase at the age of 28. As of October 2018, her company works in 6 workplaces on 3 continents. Next is Kenna. We have previous U.S. Marine Kenna, demonstrating that the Bitcoin industry pulls in individuals from all foundations. Starting from San Francisco, he dwells within the range still where he possesses a make brewery and the 20-mission space for startups. His Bitcoin millions were made when he acquired his clump for as long as 20 cents per coin, offering over $200 per coin. This was the primary taste of Bitcoin victory. He pioneered dark Bitcoin mining pools, where people could invest namelessly within the computerized cash. Kenna is also well known inside the cryptocurrency industry for his 2010 hard drive reformatting that misplaced him around $200,000 in Bitcoins. The last one is Eric Feynman. Eric Feynman was likely one of the most youthful financial specialists of Bitcoins. Back in 2011, when he was 11, he contributed to Bitcoins. His grandma had given him $1,000, and his brother gave him counsel on what he may do with that cash. Wow, we could hardly imagine things like that when we were 11 years old. Bitcoins were worth $12 at the time. When he sold a few of his Bitcoins in 2013, they were worth $1,200 each. Just like that, Feynman turned his $1,000 into $100,000. He utilized the cash to make a web instruction company in 2014, which made him a fruitful 14-year-old business visionary. His motivation for the online school was due to his unsavory tall school encounter. Feynman, at that point, moved to Silicon Valley, traveled all over the world, and made a bet with his guardians. As a result, Feynman, too, accomplished his goal of becoming an 18-year-old millionaire and won't be reaching college. He says he's cheerful about learning from real-world encounters. Be that as it may, Feynman remains active with various ventures, counting association with NASA. Those exercises and adroit commerce sense possibly made a difference in him getting where he is today. Feynman said in case he might end up a tycoon by 18, he wouldn't have to go to college, and his dream did come true. So Feynman accomplished his objective of getting to be an 18-year-old millionaire and won't be reaching college. But this doesn't mean that Feynman isn't yearning. On the contrary, he works with NASA to dispatch a fawning time capsule into the Earth's circle. He is still involved with cryptocurrency as well. In a meeting with CNBC, he said he's still a massive devotee of Bitcoin. He moreover says it's difficult for him to let go of his virtual currency. Feynman too said, whenever he offers something in Bitcoin or pays for anything in Bitcoin, he increases the cost because he thinks it will be vast and astonishing. So he is attempting not to take it off. Bitcoin for him isn't just a venture. It isn't fair a get-rich-quick framework, as individuals say. He sees it as the long run of cash, which is the future of the world. These were the individuals. Bitcoin may be an advanced resource and installment framework with an advertised capitalization of around $143 billion. It is considered by many to be one of the only fruitful computerized monetary forms ever made. Its climatic rise, since propelling in 2009, cleared out billions of dollars of for all intents and purposes for anybody. So it was as it were characteristic that the game-changing cryptocurrency made such a diverse and surprising field of tycoons. Of course, it was not known to anyone at the time. Indeed it was, and still may be, a hazardous resource lesson to induce included. Even though a couple within the list here were not only early adopters, but too anticipated its financial opportunity. Bitcoin has been gigantic news recently, with numerous individuals contributing to it and seeing an excellent return on their cash. That's all with the video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Until the next video, stay tuned and subscribe for more.